Peace, peace. Welcome back to Urban X TV. We're your host. I'm Malcolm. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dot. What is up?
What's good, King? What's good? Good to see you. Again, we're trying to consistently just drop some jewels, pop in, stay on your mind, cover some stories we may have not been able to cover during the podcast, and just keep the news fresh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Did I just date myself with the word fresh?
maybe. No, I mean
Okay.
no, you said keep the news fresh, but you didn't say that's fresh. So that's different.
Okay, that would have been okay, got
That'd have
you.
been
That would have
different.
been a little weird, yeah.
Yeah, that's fresh. Yeah, yeah. That'd have been crazy. So yeah, we have a few stories that we didn't cover. Some broke today, as a matter of fact. But one of the stories is that BET is Paramount is in talks to sell BET for $1.6 billion. This is led by CEO Scott Mills.
Okay, and so didn't they just take that off the market just last year?
Yeah, I feel like every other year, like BET is in talks to be sold. Tyler Perry was in talks for it. Um, Byron Allen was in talks for it.
Yes, yes.
They even said, if I remember correctly, I feel like Diddy was kind of trying to throw his name
I thought so too.
in
I
there
thought
as
it was
well.
all three of them particular individuals who had enough capital or the ability to raise the capital needed were in talks. Because our take on it, if I remember correctly at the time, was people are not watching television like that. And
Yes,
so, what was the point with the internet being the new so-called thing? And so I was just intrigued on how much money they was willing to spend for something that's maybe an old dinosaur. And then it seemed like when Paramount saw the interest that was being garnered, they took it off the market.
right. So it's just like they clearly have a buyer that they want. They clearly have who they don't want to have the business, because Byron
Right,
Allen 1.6, and I'm and listen to me. When I say this, 1.6 billion is obviously a lot of money. I'm not like saying, but in the grand scope of a whole TV network, that feels like a drop in the
right,
bucket for the people who have it. I would say that, or for the conglomerates that are able to spend that kind of money.
right. And it shouldn't be hard to raise that kind of money. And so it begs to differ, what's the real purpose of this? So
Right.
we got to get into the psychological aspect of it, the ability to capture people's dreams, imaginations, the ability to suck up their own thought process. Because why else would you buy something? Why is this so valuable? And then it ties back into what Bill Cosby, who was trying to buy NBC, it's not a rumor, understood back then, but that's different.
Yeah.
Television was all that you had back then. And so I could see why they would stop Bill Cosby from doing that, because you don't want him to create a series of shows. It's a different world, Cosby, and all of these positive perceptions of who we are as people, if that makes sense. So the ownership of BET now, to me, the only people that still watch it are people who are watching reality shows.
Yeah. So
You know,
the deal would include BET. The BET Media Group comprises of the BET cable channel, VH1 and other networks, the BET Plus streaming service, and BET Studios.
okay, so that's going to include movies,
Yep.
the ability to make movies and have a platform where they can be shown. So, okay, I could see in when you lay all of the things that come with it out, because remember, BET streaming and plus, that's a streaming service.
That's
And
Tyler
so
Perry streaming service, damn near.
yeah, I get it. It's Tyler Perry's streaming service.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for him to buy it. And so still the ability to capture people's minds, co-ops people's creative ability, and there are always going to be people who want to be on TV. It still has the alluring effect of such. And so I can see why they keep putting that on the market. But if you're going to sell it, sell it. unless,
Yeah,
like you said, they have somebody in particular, like they want to transfer that power to
yeah.
one of their comrades, and so that it stays
Yeah,
in the family.
and for the because I know somebody's gonna say, well, Bill Cosby didn't have the net worth to buy. When you're talking major acquisitions like this, you're never using your own money.
Absolutely.
Like
And
you
according to that guy, what's his name?
uh
Elijah
no, you're talking about Dougie Doug.
Dougie Doug.
Yeah,
According to him, he said Bill told him out of his own mouth.
yeah,
That's what it was. So obviously, Bill must have had some investors.
yeah,
And lo and behold, if he had Michael Jackson, uh, Oprah,
mm-hmm.
and other people in his circle who were willing to do that, but not put their name up front and let Bill, you never really know. It also ties into when allegedly, Jay Prince, Dame Dash, Irv Gotti, and them were thinking about, and Suge were thinking about starting their own distribution, which would
Yeah,
literally collapse the music industry as you know it overnight, because then we would literally be cutting out all middlemen. So
yeah,
we make the product, we manufacture the product, we distribute the product, and that would have collapsed the music industry as you know, because it's all built on black music
right.
and black thought and black energy. And so, um, in this sense, I can see why they keep pulling it out there, pulling it back. But maybe if Tyler or Byron Allen and them hold strong, they can finally
And
acquire something
and the
of that.
thing is, if Tyler Perry and Byron Allen got together, put a with a fund or something like that, they would have been able to do this. Or you figure they would have been able to do this a while ago. So the fact that they both tried to get it, or they were both linked to try to get it separate times, tells me their values aren't aligned.
Right, right, right.
Right? You get what I'm
How
saying?
they do business? You mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because other people can easily put their differences aside, whatever it may be, to look at the bigger picture.
Right.
And the fact that we don't have that many billionaires,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? If the ones that we do have can't get together and make a power move, then we will never really be in a position of power in terms of being able to acquire the things that are most important to us.
And then the elephant in the room is just that, as you said, nobody's watching TV. But the BET Awards was the other day, right? And you can tell that the people that they have in charge are not listening to their audience at all. They think they know what people want to see, and they just are putting it out there. Like they think, in my opinion, they think only black women watch this show, and they
Hmm.
think if we just put black women out in front, that we're gonna be fine. When they're black women who going, okay, like all right, like I get what you're trying to do, but it's coming across as pandering, and it's coming
Yes.
across as disingenuous. Like you're not really trying to put out the best product available. You know what I'm saying? And then from what I'm hearing, a lot of the Democratic stuff that they were pushing during the awards came across as tone deaf, and a lot of people weren't. They didn't like it either, because they didn't, like, you would never hear BT come on the front lines about anything that has to do with the genocide, what's going on in the Congo, was
Right.
what happens in Haiti, what happens, all these things that happen in countries with black people in it. You would never hear that, but you they want you to vote for the Democrats. And I hate when they tell you, like, we need to get out and vote, but instead of just saying vote Democrat, you get what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Just come out
Yes.
and
But
say
that,
what you really want to say.
yeah, but they can't
They
say that
can't, but you know what I
directly.
mean.
But it's codified in which anybody, voters for dummies would know where that vote is going. Side note, they honored O.J. Simpson.
I don't know what that
Well,
was
they didn't
about.
honor him. They
They
you
like,
know,
yeah, I
in
didn't know what that was
memory of
about.
O.J. Simpson, and Stephen A. Smith had a serious problem with
Yeah,
that.
he was pissed. Yeah.
He was pissed. And so what are your thoughts on that? Because technically he wasn't convicted of murder.
Right. So that's what, and that's what I was saying to myself when I was listening to Stephen A's rant, because he even said like you watched. We all saw the court. We all saw the court case, and yeah, he was acquitted. So like
Right.
that's what we saw. He was, and then he tried to bring it back to. We all saw how he was indifferent to the like. No, 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 no. You can't
Hmm.
mix and match what you want to make the point that you're trying to make. We saw the court case. He was acquitted, right?
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And so, but who made that decision at BET?
Yeah, that was
And
interesting.
what was there? Because if BET is controlled by Europeans, like what were they trying to say? You know what I'm saying? So who's in charge, or did somebody on
Slip that
the
in, like
slip that in? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, honor, Hall of Famer, actor, famous. You know what I'm saying? He did pass away.
yeah,
So, you know what I'm saying? We want to, how does that work?
yeah. I don't
How does
know.
that work?
That was interesting. That was interesting.
Interesting. People was probably like,
Yeah,
yay.
yeah.
So interesting.
So something else happened. Going to back to Diddy. So apparently he was dropped by his New York City law firm after Lady Gaga gave them an ultimatum. She said she was leaving the firm if they didn't drop Diddy, and apparently right now she has more leverage than Diddy has. Her name is bigger right now as far as stardom. So they wind up dropping him. I saw pictures of him. I don't know, somewhere he was like whitewater rafting, looking like he was having the time of his life. So I'm wondering when this indictment's coming down. And this also dropped today. The house that was raided, he put up for sale. One of the
Oh,
houses that was
okay.
raided.
Oh, interesting.
His LA mansion, right? So that was he bought it for 40 million back in 2014. He has it on sale for 70 million right now.
Okay, well, you obviously he needs money.
He needs cash. He needs cash.
He needs cash.
Cause that's like
Um,
that's a discount, right? Like
well, probably considering how long he bought it, but he ain't taking a loss,
true.
and that's key. The Lady Gaga situation is interesting because if you remember back in 2013 when R. Kelly was finally charged, or she had did a
2013.
song with R. Kelly, huh?
That was 2013.
Well, she did a song with him in 2013,
Okay. Okay.
and once he was charged and all of that kind of stuff, she asked to have that song removed off all streaming services.
Okay.
From what I understand, she herself had been essayed, and she gave a vivid story of the producer who made her take all her clothes off. It's a real chilling story
Okay.
about the person who essayed her got her pregnant. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Allegedly, and so she is denying that she did that to Diddy, but I can see her leveraging her situation, because of the situation, the personal trauma that it has caused her in her life.
Mm.
And so I can see how if she had the power to do so, that she would do it. Now this is Diddy has been a client of this law firm for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And so, he's been putting a lot of money in their pocket because, trust me, he stay in some kind of trouble. A lot of stuff you probably don't even hear about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so,
Absolutely.
um, the other side of that, and I don't even think it's another side of that. I believe she did it. Her lawyers or law firm came out and denied that she had anything to do with it. They just said that it was the charges itself, but with client privilege, client,
Yeah. That
uh,
makes no
lawyer
sense.
privilege. Right, right. It makes
You know what I'm
no
saying?
sense
Like that
because
makes no
you
sense.
get
Like
paid. That's not the first sexual essay situation that you've had to fight for a client for. So obviously, it's something else
right.
going on, and they can maybe see the writing on the wall,
Right.
and they're like, okay, time is up. For Diddy to sell that mansion again, he needs money. He's got to fight. He's got to put some money away. He's going to have to do a lot of things. The cool thing for him, not cool in terms of,
Yeah.
but he's got a big head start on how to move money, transfer money, hide money.
Yeah.
A lot. He married that girl.
Yes, I saw that. Apparently,
and that she
this
is
is
the
alleged.
one.
This is alleged.
Allegedly, she's the one who allegedly was bugging uh, uh, Kim Porter's home.
Okay.
Because she is she's a surveillance specialist,
Mm.
and so by him marrying her, she can never testify against
Against
him,
him. Yeah.
and so he's trying his best, allegedly, to line himself up to, I guess, soften the blow as much as you can. Where's Clarence Avant when you need him?
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Okay. So, anything else you wanted to get to that we didn't get to?
No, no, I think that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Again, we won't be doing a podcast on Thursday because we will be at the International Arts Festival
Yeah.
in
Yes.
Brooklyn. It's
Come
going to
check
be
us out.
amazing. Yep. If you're in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, come down. Festive performances, food, cultural, everything. We in the building.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we will see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.